Tires off. Getting new tires. There was no choice. Like, they got, just in the 2 times I used them, because they're 17 years old, they're just falling apart, like ripping, and there was no choice. But it did get me out 2 great days. They're getting put on today. So I'm trying this, which was perfect because it's absolutely beautiful here. But look, this is where I would be right now getting. So the reason I got my camera out, I was talking to Dave, came over here, I was talking to him for a second. I'm like, he looks at me because I made the craziest expression. I saw the most amazing lightning bolts I may have ever seen. Right there. So I just want to hold the camera and see if I can see that again. Right there. And you guys, they came down like this. So it was so fast it was hard to count, but a lot of lightning bolts. So I want to see if I can catch it. I should just set up a tripod. Man, that was too good not to happen again. I've never filmed a storm before. But since I'm sort of people are like, are you a photographer? I'm like, no. They're like, well, how do you do videos? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'm just talking to people that don't know what I do. I'm like, oh, yeah, I would take, I'm like, or I tell them, like, I film and stuff, and they're like, you're a photographer? I was like, no. Just ask anyone that watches my videos. I mean, I guess so. So, yeah, I'm a photographer. Like, I just decided I'm a photographer. Because, right, you could still be a bad photographer. This is what I'm doing. I think you can see that that's all pouring rain right there. I mean, it's much further than you think, that storm. Maybe not much, but it's on the other side of that mountain. It's miles away, and I'm wondering if it's not coming right at us. I'm dying to get this on video. Just gonna keep this right here and zoom in. I'm holding this by hand. This camera is amazing that you can hold this by hand like that. I've never caught lightning, but you see those incredible pictures. You ever see those faces people make? I mean, people get in the clouds, like they zoom in. I mean, I've seen some unbelievable ones. When I was a kid, obviously when it was closer, but I'd see something like that, through a dark storm, and I always thought that was probably like where heaven was. So if we were looking at it like that, I'd be like, Mom, is that where heaven is, up right there? You never know what else you could film by accident doing this. It's been done thousands and thousands of times, and people just dismiss it. So if they see any video just like this, and you didn't know me, and something flew by there in that blue or something, like from out of the white into the next white, no one would believe it. I think if you knew me, you might believe it, but that's about it. Ooh, I got face recognition. I'm not kidding. I'm sure it's an accident, but it wanted to recognize a face. The only thing I can think of is it probably was starting to hit the mountains, those real tall mountains on the backside, and it was probably just a shock of hot to cold air right there. So now it's over the mountains. I don't hear any thunder or anything. And that rain, it's just like this one rainstorm. Look at the rain coming down. You see if you look real carefully, you see the lines. But I know this is a great spot right here. First of all, look at the flat top. So if we go any closer, it gets too blurry. I'm holding this with my hands. I see black Bigfoots, but it could just be shadows. Although it did seem like it got blacker, didn't it? I cannot move from this zone. Hold on. Let's see what happens there. Nice Lee. Thanks, Lee. As I'm zooming into Bigfoot. Now I'll never find one again. I'm sure it just looked. It's too far away to ever. You have to see black moving. I'm sure there's a lot of shadows. But let me tell you, that's a whole world in there. Of course she comes in now and does this. There's the window. Gotta get my own place. I don't want my own place. I want my own property. I know that's good in there. See, whenever you like, I don't know if I've ever seen an aspen in an aspen forest that's that perfect. And then the best part is, see the trees in the middle. So although it doesn't look like it, I'm sure that if you go to see how high those trees are. I mean, you guys, just those aspens there are much taller than you think. You would just, if you saw a person right now on that edge, it would just look like a tiny little, you'd just barely be able to see them. So these are some monster pines. And I would love to look inside of those pines. Right there. It's all melted. Whatever lives in there is at work. For sure. Doing structures. Just can't penetrate it at all. It's too far away. I can get the edge, but even then it's questionable. It's interesting to me right there in front of those pines. I didn't even mean to zoom in there on purpose, but I've seen that twice now. Look, you see those two on the ground? Please forgive me because I'm holding this with two hands, and it's so hard. Right? I see those two logs across, right? Then you see that one, that real long one, at the bottom on the ground. See it right there? So top right, you got the two on the ground, and then it looks like one goes all the way on the ground to touch those. And then I swear at the right shot, I see activity right there. Like something's going on. I thought I saw like a structure right in here somewhere. Right there. See the triangle? Look at that long distance action. Something, what is that? Is that a bird? Must be, right? This spot is interesting, man. I gotta set up I think I should set up a tripod right there. Remember, an hour is nothing. Like, it's mostly night for these guys. But why not just always just have it there? Like, no matter what, just always. I can't believe I've been this patient. Look at those game trails. Is that what that is? Or is it just the way the bushes are? I can't tell, but it looks like there's lines coming out of that all the way up and down. Zip it! I'm gonna kill him. You guys, one of these days. This is my life, where it's like, Mark, you have the best job. Your life is so great. I love my job, but the rest of it, you give it up. I mean, it's one or the other. It's hard to have the perfect life, so yes, I like what I do for a living, but it's more work, believe it or not, than you could possibly imagine. And I guess depending on how you do it and where you do it, but it never ends. Today, not such a bad day. I had to do the tires, back and forth to town, stuff like that. My lower back hurts for some reason today, so it's a good thing. Over and out.